In this video, I want to talk about special triangles. So the special triangles are important because in order to understand how a unit circle is made up and also how to find the values, different angles for trigonometric functions on the unit circle, the special triangles are so important. Let me take the first special triangle. Okay, this is an equilateral triangle. If you remember from your lower classes, what an equilateral triangle is, when a triangle has all the sides equal and all the angles equal, and all the angles are 60-degree. Okay, all the angles are 60-degree because in a triangle, the sum of the angles in a triangle is 180 degree. So if you divide that equally, then you will get 60. So this is going to be 60, and this is going to be 60, and this is going to be 60-degree. Okay, now let's assume this is an equilateral triangle of side 1 unit, because we are talking about the unit circle. So let's take the triangle with 1 unit, which means all sides are equal to 1, right? This is also 1. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to draw a perpendicular from B, the vertex B. I'm going to draw a perpendicular. Okay, let me use a straight line so it'll be easier. So I'm going to draw a perpendicular. Okay, so when I draw a perpendicular, what happens is this becomes 90-degree, and this also becomes 90-degree, right? So now, because of this perpendicular, the perpendicular divides the vertex, the angle, into two, bisects the vertex into two equal angles. So this becomes 30-degree because the entire angle is 60. So this also becomes 30-degree. So now I have two right triangles put together, joined together with angles 90, 60, 30. This is another special triangle. Okay, so now not only the angles are bisected, but also the perpendicular bisects the opposite side AC. So since the whole side equals to 1, it becomes 1/2 on each side, on either side of the bisector. Right, now I'm going to draw this triangle, just one right triangle, okay, over here, and this is right angle, and then this is 60, and this is 30, right? Now this is going to be 1/2, and this is going to be 1, correct? So let me say this is D, okay? So this point is going to be D, this point is going to be B and C. Now, of this in the triangle, we know two sides. Of course, we know all the angles, but we do not know this side, right? So I'm going to find this side using a Pythagorean theorem, right? So what is Pythagorean theorem? A squared plus b squared equals c squared. So A and B are the sides, and the C is the hypotenuse, right? I'm going to keep this as x. So I'm going to put x squared plus 1/2 squared equals C is the hypotenuse, which is 1 squared. Okay. So x squared plus 1/2 square is going to be 1/4 equals 1 square is equal to 1. And then you subtract 1/4 both sides. Subtract 1/4 both sides. So I get x squared equals 3/4, right? 1 minus 1/4 is 3/4. Now, in order to find the x value, I'm going to take the square root. So x equals plus or minus, right? When you take the square root, plus or minus square root of 3 over square root of 4 is 2. Now, since we're talking about the length of a right triangle, we ignore the negative answer. So we write square root of 3 over 2, right? So now I've got the third side for this right triangle. Now, using these sides, we'll be able to figure out the trigonometric, the angles for different trigonometric functions. Let me go to the next page and draw the triangle once again. And now we know this is 3 over 2, this is 1/2, this is 1, and this is 60, and this angle is 30, right? Now, I'm going to find the trigonometric function, the three trigonometric functions, sine, cosine, and tan of 60 degree, okay? Cosine of 60 degree, tan of 60 degree. 60 degree in radian, do you remember what it is? It's going to be pi over 3. So sine pi over 3, cos pi over 3, and tan pi over 3. I want to find all these three. So how do I find it? So first of all, sine pi over 3. Sine pi over 3 is sine 60 is going to be opposite over adjacent, sorry, hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. So remember this, SOHCAHTOA, 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 right? Now, equals, what's opposite? Now, since we are talking about this 60 degree angle, then the side opposite to the 60 degree becomes the opposite side. And this is always hypotenuse. And then the third side becomes the adjacent side, okay? Now, sine 60 is going to be opposite over hypotenuse, which is, opposite is square root of 3 over 2 over 1, which is square root of 3 over 2. Sine 60 is going to be square root of 3 over 2, right? In the same fashion, I'm going to find cos 60 as well. Remember, cos 60 is cos pi over 3. So let me write cos pi over 3 instead of degrees. You could switch between both, equals adjacent over hypotenuse, right? Let me clear this page, this space, so I can make use of more space. Okay, right. So cos pi over 3 is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is equal to, adjacent is 1/2 over 1, which is cos pi over 3 equals 1/2 over 1 is 1/2, okay? Now, the third one is going to be tan pi over 3, okay? Tan pi over 3. The formula says opposite over adjacent. So opposite is what? Opposite is square root of 3 over 2, square root of 3 over 2 over adjacent is 1/2, right? So how do I simplify this? So I can put square root of 3 over 2 times 2 over 1. I can put the reciprocal and multiply it. Now I have 2 cancels out, so I have square root of 3, which is going to be tan pi over 3, okay? So now we know the three values for the trigonometric functions, sine pi over 3, cos pi over 3, and tan pi over 3. Sine 60, cos 60, tan 60, right? So remember, sine 60 is going to be square root of 3 over 2. Cos 60 is equal to 1/2, and then tan 60 equals square root of 3, right? In the same way, we can find the 30 degree as well. Sine 30, cos 30, and tan 30. So this is 30. This is 60. I'm taking the same triangle. Okay, this is square root of 3 over 2. This is 1/2. This is 1. Now, but the angle that is on focus is 30 degree. So this becomes the opposite side, and this becomes the adjacent side, and this is always the hypotenuse. So what's my sine 30? Again, opposite over hypotenuse. What is opposite? 1/2 over 1, which is 1/2. What's my cos 30? Adjacent over hypotenuse. So what is adjacent? Square root of 3 over 2 over 1. And what's my tan 30? Tan 30 is going to be opposite over adjacent, which is opposite is 1/2 and adjacent is square root of 3 over 2. So we need to simplify this like we did before. So we're going to do 1/2 times 2 over square root of 3. Okay, so they cancel out. So we get 1 over square root of 3. But usually we do not write a radical in the denominator. So we used to rationalize the denominator. How do I rationalize the denominator? So if I multiply by square root of 3 both sides, top and bottom, I get 1 times square root of 3 is 1 square root of 3. And square root of 3 times square root of 3 is square root of 3 squared, right? And the square root and square cancel out. So tan 30 or tan pi over 6 is going to be square root of 3 over 3. So now we've known the angles for sine 30, tan 30, and cos 30. Also sine 60, tan 60, and cos 60. Okay, in the next video, I will explain how we can find the sine 45, cos 45, and tan 45.